Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fitting fine. Dear students, today we will revise chapter number 4, subject verb agreement, with the help of some examples. Students, as you all know, that agreement or concord is the relationship between a subject and its verb. So students, remember these points like a verb must agree with its subject in person. Okay, a verb must agree with its subject in person. For example, students, this road is blocked for public use. Here, students, singular subject, this road, it's singular subject, this road, singular subject, and here we have used singular verb is. So remember, singular subject and singular verb. Then students, in next line, the city roads are under maintenance. The city roads, it's plural subject. The city roads, plural subject, and plural verb are we have used here. Then students, third sentence, Myra speaks very confidently. Here singular subject is given, Myra, it's singular subject, and singular verb, that is speak. So students, remember that a verb must agree with its subject in person. Now students, a singular subject takes a singular verb, or plural subject takes a plural verb. For example, students, I am satisfied. Here I, first person singular subject, and am, singular verb we have used here. Okay, first person I, singular subject, so we have used here singular verb am. Then students, we are hungry. Here first person plural subject we, and we have used here plural verb are. Okay, then students, next one, she is upset. She is third person singular subject here, and we have used here singular verb is. Okay, singular subject, singular verb. Then next one, they are obedient. Here third person plural subject, and we have used here plural verb are. They are obedient. Then he loves candies. Here third person singular subject he. Third person he, it's singular subject, so singular verb we have used here, that is loves. Now students, singular verb is formed by adding s or es. Okay, remember that singular verb is formed by adding s or es to the base form of the verb. For example, students, he does. Do is base verb. Here we have added es with do. Okay, he does. Then he writes. Write is base verb, so we have added here s to make it singular. He writes. It rings. Then students, for plural, they do without s or es. Okay, they do, we write, the bells ring. Okay, now students, here are some rules for subject verb agreement. Students, remember it that when a singular subject is joined by another singular subject, बेटा जब एक singular subject किसी और singular subject के साथ हम join कर देते हैं, then the subject becomes plural. तो subject क्या बन जाता है? Plural in number, and it must have a plural verb. For example, students, Ram is willing to work hard. Ram, singular subject, singular verb, Ram is willing to work hard. Then second sentence, Sham is willing to work hard. Sham, again singular subject, and we have used here singular verb. Then students, third one, Ram and Sham are willing to work hard. Students, remember the first two sentences have a singular subject each, but the third sentence, that is Ram and Sham, has a plural subject, so we have used here plural verb. Now students, let's see. Ruby, in addition to her brother, has come. Saurav, as well as his brothers, is a fine boy. Here students, look at these commas. Okay, look at these commas carefully. And students, remember that commas used to enclose the word groups show that these word groups means as well as his brothers and in addition to her brother. Okay, these word groups are not to be treated as part of the subject. Okay, commas used to enclose a word group show that these word groups are not to be treated as part of the subject, and here a verb will agree with its subject before the word group. Okay, before the word group means Ruby, singular, before the word group subject is singular, Ruby. So we have used here singular verb like has come. Then Saurabh, again singular subject. So Saurabh is a fine boy. Okay, commas used to enclose a word group show that these word groups are not to be treated as a part of the subject. Okay, then students, if the subject is a third person singular noun or the pronoun like he, she, it, okay, then this or that, the students use a singular verb. Okay, if the subject is a third person singular noun or the pronoun like he, she, it, or we can say this or that, then use a singular verb. For example, students, Kajol lives here, then it rains often, he works hard, or we can say she works hard, this looks nice, or we can say that looks nice. Now students, next one, if the subject is a third person plural noun. Okay, if the subject is a third person plural noun or the pronoun I, you, we or they, then use a plural verb. Okay, if the subject is a third person plural noun or the pronoun I, you, we or they, then use a plural verb. For example, I like to sing, Pulkit and Richa cook at home, you work hard, they reply on chime. Like the students, we can frame different sentences. Okay, then students, next one, if two subjects like Harsha and I, two subjects are given here in this sentence. If two subjects are joined by and, means we can say compound subject, then use a plural verb. Okay, if two subjects are joined by and, or we can say compound subject, then students use a plural verb. For example, Harsha and I. Two subjects are given here, then use plural verb, that is enjoy. Harsha and I enjoy reading. Then Megha and Suhana. Two subjects joined by and. Okay, Megha and Suhana travel together. Next one, if the subject is an indefinite pronoun ending in body, one, thing, or a pronoun that implies one, such as either, neither, each, and none, then students use a singular verb. For example, everybody exercises, everything looks fine, nobody wants sorrows, none fits me. Okay, like this. Then students, next one, if the subject is an indefinite pronoun such as both, many, much, all, few, or a few, then students use a plural verb. Okay, if the subject is an indefinite pronoun such as both, many, much, all, few, or a few, then use a plural verb. For example, students, both the twins are going to the fair. Both the twins are going to the fair. Few have already left. Then many have attempted this. And all love honest people. So students, remember that if the subject is an indefinite pronoun such as both, many, much, few or few, then use a plural verb. So students, what we have learned through this chapter? Students, through this chapter we have learned that the verb must agree with the subject in number and person, and usually singular subjects take a singular verb and plural subjects take a plural verb. And sometimes students, the subject may be far removed from the verb. Here the verb must agree with the actual subject. Okay students. Now students, I hope that all of you have understood this part well. Now students, try to complete chapter number 4 in your practice book. Okay students, that's all for today beta. Thanks and have a nice day.